Okay, we're going to continue talking about geometry, but we're going to talk about planes and how they work and what it all looks like. So a plane is something that has no thickness and it extends indefinitely in all directions. Remember, we talked about the fact that this was something like a tabletop, a floor, that type of thing. So let's think about a plane being something like this disc, and I'm going to zoom out, but it's going to still extend in all directions, okay? And it has three distinct non-collinear points. So if I think about three distinct non-collinear points, okay, so in this plane, if I think about three distinct non-collinear points, unique, okay? So this would be a plane if these were in the plane. So that's what a plane would look like. Now, points that are within the same plane are coplanar. So like these 3 points right here are coplanar. Now, this drawing is a little difficult to see, but points D, G, and E are actually coplanar because they're all on this plane. Now, I've designed something that might help us. I don't know. I've designed it with some pipe cleaners, and it looks similar, even though you're not going to be able to tell. Okay, so this bottom part, let's just say that this is point D, this is point G, and this is point E. If I hold up something like this, you'll notice that those 3 points are within this plane, okay? So even if I hold it up to the side, you can see those 3 points all fit within this plane. That's why they are coplanar. These 3 points over here would be coplanar. And that's what this is looking at, is any 3 points that are on the same plane are coplanar. So like D, E, and F on that far side would be coplanar. G, E, and F would be coplanar because we could put something, think about a pyramid, we could put a side and make it coplanar. Non-coplanar points would be those that do not fall within the same plane. So like D, G, E, and F are non-coplanar because D, G, and E are coplanar, but F comes up out. So like D, G, and E are this bottom side, and then F is this top point here, okay? So it's coming up out of that plane. It's coming up off of that paper is what's happening. So it's non-coplanar. Lines on the same plane are coplanar. So like DG, DE, EG, those are all coplanar. Now you'll notice that it says DE, DF, and EF are all coplanar because those are the ones that would be on this side over here. These that come up out, creating that side of the pyramid. So yes, those are coplanar, just like any of the lines on this side would be coplanar. planar. Intersecting lines are lines with exactly one point in common, and they intersect at the point. So DE and GE are intersecting lines, and they intersect at point E, the point at which they intersect. Okay? So, like, these lines are all intersecting at point F. All of these lines are intersecting at point G. So a place of intersection is actually at that point that we talk about. Skew lines are lines for which there is no plane that contains them. They are not coplanar. Okay, so if I think about this, here's my plane. GF, so that's this line that's coming up, and DE, that's laying on this one, are non-coplanar, so they're skew lines. Because this one and this one, well, there's no way that I can put this thing to contain this line and this line. Okay? They're complete opposites of each other. Anything that is completely opposite of each other are skew lines. So, like, this line right here and this line would be skew. So, DG and EF would be skew lines. GE and DF would be skew lines. So anything that is not within the same plane, things that are on opposite sides of the object, are going to be skew lines. Concurrent lines are three or more lines that intersect at the same point. So, like, concurrent lines are these three lines because they all intersect at F. Concurrent lines here would be all three of these lines, all three of these lines. You have to have three or more lines to be concurrent. Not just two, but you have to have three lines to be concurrent. Parallel lines are lines that have no points in common. So if M and N are parallel, we write that M is parallel to N. Also that M is parallel to M and N is parallel to N. So we write that they're all parallel to each other. These lines right here just mean that they're parallel. They do not have anything in common with each other. Okay?